What's up, you guys? I am Mia. Welcome back to my channel. Just want to pop in right quick, just to encourage people. Yes, I'm in the bathroom right now. We in a hotel, so I'm in the bathroom while my baby's sleeping. But I just wanted to let people know, like, the girl comment last night on that video is still sticking with me. Because she said she want to give up on God because she's tired of suffering. And I understand because I'd be ready to give up too, but I know I've come too far. I've come too far spiritually, even though I haven't, in the physical, things is just not, it's just not, my soul and the inside is much better than the physical realm. But I'm understanding, like, God is working on a lot of us inside out. We keep praying for these physical things, the physical blessings, but what about our soul? A lot of us is suffering inside out. A lot of us are dressed up trash buckets. Like I said in the last video about all these celebrities that we be idolizing because they got money and they got the designer and they seem like they happy because they got all this money. But truthfully, look at their actions. Like, when I just look, I had to just delete my Instagram because I just realized I can tell I've grown. I could just tell that I'm releasing a lot of that hate out of my heart towards everybody that have done me wrong in the past. I understand that what they have done to me is all because of their demonic spirits that they're fighting within. And, we all have our demonic spirits. I had my ways and they have their ways, and we all just had them spirits. We had those spirits placed onto us because of different things, because of our environment. And it was just funny because that girl, and like I was saying, like, oh, well, that's what I was about to say. Because the girl in the comments last night, she was talking about, how she felt like her mom is jealous of her and everybody around her is so negative, and every time something good happened and she tell her mom, it's like after that 4 bad things happen. And I felt the same way when I first got to Texas. Like, well, period, every time I tell my mom what I'm doing, like before I even got to Texas, it's like every time something good happened to me and I tell my mom, all of a sudden bad things happen. Or I tell my baby to tell these same wicked people that I've been discussing in my videos about y'all to y'all. And that's why I learned in this season just to be quiet. Don't tell nobody the good things. I just don't even talk to any of them for real. Like, you have to learn to just cut people off and isolate. That's the only way you're going to truly get true healing. That's the only way God is going to truly be able to get to you. That's the only way. Until I isolated, that's why God had to move me away, far away from my family, from my baby daddies, from my friends. Like, I had to isolate to get this type of healing. Like, my soul is just much more at peace than it was. And even though I get the crying and mad because of the physical, like I told that girl in the comments last night, because she was like, it's just like everybody around me don't want me to win. And I'm like, if people don't want you to win, that means you need to get rid of them. Period. We be so afraid to be alone. And that's what this video is about. Don't be afraid to be alone, because in your isolation season, you're going to learn a lot about yourself. You're going to learn a lot about them. You're going to see that a lot of this is just spiritual. It's just demonic. It's the battle of God versus the devil. It's a lot of that. And a lot of us have these righteous souls, but them devilish spirits has been placed on to us because of the trauma, the things that we've been through. A lot of times in our childhood, we're being raped, molested, abused. Those are the 3 catapults. Those are the 3 things. Those 3 things have damaged human society. It's those 3 things. Sex, drugs, money, all the devilish sins. Like, that is what be making people act like this. And like I told that girl, because she says like her mom favors her sister over her, and then she actually told her mom, why do you favor my sister over, and you only deal with me? Just like reading her thing sounded just like me, like you only like me when I'm doing something for you. And she said, or giving her money, like. And that's how I felt with my mom. You only really like me when I'm doing something for you, or listening to you pour, or being your emotional dump. Basically, that's the only time you really like me. And I told the girl, like, you gotta understand, a lot of us are the scapegoats. Us ones, the unwanted ones of the family, the unwanted babies, the ones that get treated like the black sheep of the family. We're the scapegoats because we're truly God's chosen ones. We're God's golden children. We're the more ones that are more likely. We have a calling on our life. And they can see that. They can see it from a very young age when you have a calling on your life. And that will make them treat you different. Look at Joseph in the Bible. His brothers, because Joseph can interpret dreams, because he had dreams, because he was able to have dreams that his brothers didn't have. He can see things that his brothers couldn't see. And because of that, that made them envy him. And because he was the favorite child of his father. And once again, you should not have no favoritism amongst your kids. How do you have favoritisms? Each kid is different. Each of them serve their own purposes, but it's all love. Me as a mom of 2 children, I just can never do that. I love both of my babies. Like, if it wasn't for both of them, I wouldn't be this woman I'm growing into being, like, truly. And, you know, I just don't be understanding that. But like I said, I really was just doing this video just to tell you guys, like, it's your environment. Our environment is what creates our depressive thoughts, create these anxiety feelings. It's your environment, it's your thoughts, it's thinking about stuff in the past, stuff that you cannot change. We can't change the stuff that happened to us in the past. We can't change nothing that happened yesterday. All we gotta do is figure out how can we move forward from here. And the only way to really know is to be with God. You have to connect with God every day, all day. You have to solely give your soul to God to avoid these feelings that we be feeling, that be holding us back, that be keeping us in bondage, things that are past. And I just realized for me to get on this healing journey and to grow closer with God, I had to not be afraid to be alone, like not be afraid to not have anybody, even my own mom. Like, I'm like, dang, if I lose my mom, I'm really not gonna have anybody. Like, I already cut off my friends, cut off my baby daddy. Now if I lose my mom, that's why I've been yearning for so long for my mama love. But it's like, you can yearn for it all the time, but they don't have the capacity to give it to you. And a lot of times we be looking for that validation, that love from our parents, from our friends, our boyfriends, girlfriends, husbands, wives, whatever, cousin, brother, sister. We be looking for it for them, and they just can't give it to us, and they don't want to. They got their own battles that they're fighting. That's why we have to learn to go to God. That's why God will isolate you. He will cause all these people to do bad things to you just so you can come to him. I realized that in my own life, like, look what it took for me to get to God. It took so many bad things to happen to me for me to realize, like, dang, I ain't got nobody. And for me to hear that voice calling me, God was calling me. And that's why I had to go through all of these things. And so do you guys. You're going through those things. You're feeling these feelings because God is calling you. And a lot of times we get mad at God, and I do too. I just got mad at God the other day because I'm like, man, why would you bring me here? Why? I got 2 small children. You got us all over the place. I'm thinking I'm hearing you. It's like, am I not supposed to be here? But then I get to read in my, when I read the Bible, every time I'm going and getting upset, once I go read the Bible, it does bring me peace and clarity in my soul. And now I understand, like, the importance of why it's important to read your Bible and read the word, because it gives you, it's the basic instructions before leaving earth. Granted, I'm still worried about this Bible, like I was telling y'all in other videos. I ain't posting yet. So I don't know if y'all gonna see this video first or those videos where I was talking about the Quran versus the Bible, because I really think that we supposed to be doing it the Islamic way. Because a lot of stuff in this, by the end of this year, I'm gonna have that figured out. But right now, this message to y'all is just to tell you, like, we got to get in our word, and we got to take all our problems to God. Stop taking them to your friends. Stop taking it to your parents. Stop yearning for the love from all these other people besides God. We have to literally put God first. We have to put God first. When you wake up in the morning, talk to God first. Don't call your best friend. Don't call your man. You have to literally take everything to God first. And that's the problem. That's why God allows us all to go through these things, because the one who created this world, the one who gave us life, the one who gives us chance after chance to get it right by waking us up every day. He gives us chance after chance, and we just neglect him. And that's why our souls are empty. We be empty, and then we expect somebody to pour into us, but they can't pour into us either, because they empty too from all the things of the past. But when you get close to God, and that's what in this season, like, I feel me change. I feel like a different person. Like, even being on Instagram today, I was like, I just don't fit in here no more. Like, not even just with posting or nothing, but just even being on there. Like, it just, because I'm on the other side, I'm in the higher spiritual realm now. It's just weird being on there because it's like you can see so much demonic stuff on there now. Like, well, I can see so much demonic stuff on there because I'm just in I'm in a higher spiritual realm now, you know, and I'm just glad that God has isolated me, even though it's lonely sometimes and I'm tired because I'm taking care of 2 kids by myself and then trying to figure out our next move because we're pillar to post, we're here and there. And, you know, I'm just being open with y'all. Like, it's a tough situation. Like that girl said last night, like, she mad at God because she tired of suffering. And I be getting mad at God too. And I unfollow all my prophetic word girls because I'm like, I don't want to hear this motivational word stuff. And y'all keep talking about the time is now and this is that. And then nothing is changing. Months of these girls saying these things in these videos. But yet, every day, I'm still wondering about what's going to happen. I'm going to be homeless because of this. And I'm trying to follow God. And it's like, what do I do? What do I do? But what I understand is that the physical realm, things might not be changing that much in the physical realm, but in the spiritual realm in my life, I've elevated so much. I might look homeless and like a pilgrim in the physical, but in the soul, in the inside. Because like I said, this stuff is just the flesh. This stuff means nothing for real. It means nothing. When we die, this stuff just fades right away. A lot of times we just feed in our flesh. The devil is the flesh. Like, we be trying to feed those fleshly desires and then wonder why our souls is messed up. That soul is what truly matters. And we just gotta get the soul right. God is working on people inside out in this season. He not just the devil blesses you with overnight success and blesses you with those physical realm things that we desire so much. Like, but God, when you working for God, when you really locked in with God, He wants that soul to be pure. That's why I realized why I had to go through all of these things. I had to release so much. And just to see what He has done for me in these past couple months. It's July, I got here in March. And just to see how in this short period of time, like, I've been able to just, my soul feel a lot more easy. Like, even though I'm just upset about things in the physical because I'm like, oh, when is this gonna get better? I'm just tired. I can't even really think right. My brain can't function right because I'm like, okay, what are we gonna be doing there? Where are we gonna be tomorrow? But at the end of the day, when you let go and let God and you trust and you know that God got you, He'll lead the way. You gotta really be not afraid to submit completely and fully to God. You gotta truly let go and let God. And that's what I'm learning in this season. It's like, let Him handle it. He created us, right? So give your problems to Him. Don't go telling your mama and daddy and everybody your problems. You need to take it to God. A lot of times we be looking for physical people to change our circumstances for us. But we have to take it to God. We have to literally get right with God so that He can do what He needs to, because only He knows. Your mama don't know what you truly need. Your doctor don't know what you truly need. All they gonna do is prescribe you some medicine that's man-made, that God didn't even ordain for us to have in our bodies. He didn't ordain for us to be taking these man-made pills and all of this medicine and injections for depression, anxiety, and it still don't change things. A lot of people be on medicine for bipolar and for this and that. All of that stuff is spiritual demonic battles. It's not these terminologies they put on stuff. This is new age stuff. New age. Behind all of that is battles. Because I always say, they could put me on medication for bipolar and all that stuff. Because one minute I'm happy, next minute I'm cussing you out. Well, I was, but like my baby daddy said, like, you improving. Because the stuff he said this morning, mentioning, every time he mentioned other guys to me, it irritates me because, sir, I'm not even worried about that. And normally I would cuss him out and tell him, like, you worried about all the wrong stuff and you this, and I would be going in on him. But that's why he said, I can see you improving. Because I just don't have it in me Like, anything that doesn't do good for my soul, all I'm gonna do is simply, I'm gonna tell you, I set boundaries. And that's what I've learned in this season, is how setting boundaries is important. And you tell people what you need and what you want, and if they don't follow that, then you remove yourself. So many people is afraid to be alone. Stop being afraid to be alone. You need to be alone. Look at how me being alone in this season has got me so close to God, has got me to his word, has given me more understanding. Even though I get mad too, like I said, I be getting mad sliding down the wall. Why? But at the end of the day, God knows what he's doing. He is not fazed by that stuff, because he know what he's doing. Just like I said in the video yesterday, like, just like your parents, they know. Well, if you have a good parent, they know what they're doing. It might seem like, oh, mommy being mean to me or daddy being mean. But when we get older, we be like, wow, my mama was right. My daddy was right about certain things. Let's be clear. You know, but we got to stop being afraid to be alone. Our environment, look around, we all are products of our environment. What Lucci say, just a product of our environment. We just some young niggas struggling that got tired of it. But where them crackers cook the hangers like an ornament. I'm just thankful that we made it out. Because your environment does. All them hood boys getting into that stuff, it's the environment. A lot of them don't even be wanting to be in that lifestyle, but they're forced because everybody around them is doing it. When everybody around you doing the same things, it make you feel like, okay, I'm supposed to be doing it too, because if I don't do it, now I'm the oddball out and I'm gonna be by myself and nobody's gonna like me and I'm not gonna fit in, I'm not gonna have no friends and I'm not gonna have nobody to love me. Look at us and our families. When we wanna go against what our families do, the wicked things that they do, they get mad at you and like, oh, you different. Oh, you got dreams for yourself. Oh, how dare you feel like you can become this person? Who told you that? But God placed this vision in my head. I didn't just one day just wake up and say, oh, I believe I can be this. But people will really get mad at you for believing in yourself, for you wanting to do something different. Look how many of the guys, like the crab in the bucket mentality, look at how many people who make it out the hood. And then everybody start hating on them and want to kill them because they the ones who made it out and became something. It's just sad. It's that mentality, like, of wanting everybody to stay down where you at. Well, why can't we all just be uplifted? But like Wallow said in that video today, everybody don't want to win. And what you have to do is remove yourself from them people who don't want to win. If they don't want to see you win, you remove yourself from them. Because by staying around them, either they're going to pull you down into the sunken place with them, or they're going to try to kill you. Literally, because the more you accomplish things and then stay around them, you're going to either lose what you worked hard for, or they're going to take what you work hard for. So it's like that girl said in the video last night, every time a good thing will happen and I tell my mom, and then 4 bad things happen. That's why we have to understand that we can't confide in nobody but God. I had to learn that the hard way. Even my mom, she was hating on me for getting my car. Like, look, like when I tell y'all my ultimate testimony, y'all don't understand. And y'all could see the videos. Look what she said. I read y'all them letters that she said to me. Like, you blaming me, like they do, blame you. But you gotta understand that your light irritates their darkness. And when you're in a place where you're growing, and you growing in your spirituality, and you growing, like, everybody be trying to talk about me with my God, and oh, that's not godly, and this, and you're a God, this, I don't like who you've become. So y'all mean to tell me y'all don't like that I'm becoming this peaceful person? Y'all don't like that I'm trying to grow mind, body, and soul? Y'all don't like that? Why? Is it because you're not there? Is it because you don't want to do those things? Why are you mad at me for wanting better for myself, and for wanting better for my children, and for wanting to be a better mother than you were to me? To teach my kids, no, ain't no favoritism. Mommy don't have no favoritism. Mommy love both of y'all the same. Sometimes one child may need more than the other for the moment, but overall, I give both of my kids huggy, kissy all day. Y'all gonna feel the affection. Mommy gonna show up for both of y'all. And I don't even allow them to, kids are gonna fight and all of that stuff. They have their little battles. But overall, I teach love to my children. Y'all have to stick together. I don't make them put one up against the other. And so many mothers and fathers do that to their children. Y'all put the kids against each other. But this is biblical. That's what happened with Cain and Abel. make this video too long. It's kind of already, pretty long. But I just want to say, don't be afraid to be alone. During that isolation season is where you grow closer to God. Because if I would have still been in Maryland, and as much as I'd be like, oh, sometimes I just be like, I just want to go back, because at least I had a little bit of help. Like, now I have zero help. Now I have nobody to run back to. But it's like, why do you want to run back to those people who don't like you anyway? Like, your mom, look what she said. Look how she really feels about you. Why do you want to just take the, and it's so funny because this guy in the comments of this video today, he said that he, encouraged anybody who lives with a person, like whether that's a family member or lover or whatever, and they make you feel, basically they put you down, they don't put your soul at ease because you need them, and they treat you wrong just because you need them for maybe housing or whatever. It's like they say, I encourage you to move. And that's why God has done this with me, because if I not had gotten into that stuff with my mom when she came down to visit me in Texas, had I not gotten into that with her when I was going through that hard time, I probably would have moved back with her and just dealt with it. Just dealt with her saying the stuff that she says. I would have just dealt with it until I got my stuff together again to move out her house. Just like, and it's like, why do you want to even go back to that? Even like now, I'm like, shoot, I'd rather just go back to Baltimore, rent out a little room or something, rent a space, let my daughter go over to her dad's. But why would you want to even put yourself back in those situations where that's what you moved away from? You left that for a reason. You wasn't getting the help that you truly needed with your kids, with yourself. No one really wanted to help me. No one wanted to help me move. No one has ever helped me. They love to see me struggle. Even my baby daddies, they love to see me struggle. They love to see me down bad for real. They act like they don't, but actions speak louder than words, my friend. And it's just very telling. Me moving told me a lot about everybody, my friend, my baby daddies, my mom. Like, it really revealed, like, I went through so much just to move to Texas, and then went through even more stuff since I've been in Texas. I'm still going through stuff right now, and it's just interesting. But we got to stop being afraid to take it. We got to just stop holding on to the past and, feeling like we need these other people to get ahead, because all we need is God. And that's what God has taught me during this time. Like, girl, you don't need your mother. You always think you needed her to fall back on. You needed her to vent to. You needed her to this. But look what has happened by you venting to her. Look at by telling her these things, look what she does to you. So why you want to confide in her? Why are you looking for validation from her? Why are you looking for validation from these men? Why are you looking for validation from these people? You need me. And God, that's what we all need to understand. God is the only one we need validation from. That's why we have to clear out our energy, clear out our environment, so we can get back to the Most High, to our Creator, to the one who truly knows us and truly loves us. Sorry, y'all, on the lips. And God knows what he's doing. We be worried about, we just be so complaining and, worried about the physical, what's going on right now. But it all teaches us something. Look at how many lessons I've learned just by going through all these terrible things that I went through. We all learn the lessons. Like, it really builds character. It builds endurance. It builds strength. And a lot of times we're like, I just don't want to go through this. We'd rather have everything easy, but nothing worth having comes easy. And you appreciate it. Like I just said before, when you go through when you have a bunch of mean friends and a bunch of mean relationships, bad relationships, when you finally get that one that love you and you can talk to them and they just got that affection and they come through for you, and like you come through for them, and it's equal give and take. You really appreciate that because of all those bad things. And that's why we have to go through that stuff, because when you get the good stuff, you want to appreciate it. If everything came easy to you, you wouldn't really appreciate it. Just like people don't appreciate free information. But when you pay for something, you got to spend your hard-earned money for something, you appreciate it more, because it's like, I worked hard for that. So I'm definitely going to cherish this thing, because it was not easy to get out there and make that money to pay for this, to do this. So I'm going to appreciate it. And that's why we have to, like, look at our ancestors. When I'm reading this Bible and see everything that our ancestors and all these people that came before us, look at what they had to go through just to get the world to, yes, the world is crazy, but if you look in the physical realm, look at how they build up the world. Look at this nice, just look at the luxuries. Look at this hotel. Look at the stuff. If it was never for them going through what they went through back then, look at how the civil rights movement, if it was never for our ancestors fighting for our rights, fighting for our freedom, fighting to have equality, they had to fight just for us to enjoy just being able to go to the same store as a white person now. Just for my daughter to even be in a school with majority of them white kids. If it wasn't for my ancestors fighting for that, my daughter wouldn't even have access to that kind of education. Because in the school she came from, they don't get that kind of education. And it's just interesting, like, but look who had to do the fighting. And just like now, all these hard things we going through now, we're doing it so that our kids don't have to go through it. So that the generations to come don't have to go through it. We building the world up so that they don't have to go through it. We're paving the way for the next generation, just like our ancestors paved the way for us. So I know this might have been all over the place. I get the jumping around, but overall, I just want to say stay down. It's not easy for none of us. It ain't easy for nobody. I don't care how much money people have. It ain't easy for them because a lot of times, a lot of people who got all that money, they got to do some demonic stuff to get there. You just never know what people have to go through to get what they had. And that's why we can't be envious. We can't be jealous. We can't be preying on people's downfall. We can't be getting mad. Like I just was saying, like, I get mad watching these motivational speeches sometimes from these girls, these prophetic word girls, because I'm like, girl, you talking all this, but you've been saying this for months and nothing is changing in the physical realm. But like I said before, in the spiritual realm, things has been changing for me. I understand things a lot better now. I've gotten closer to God. I've learned to go to the Bible. I've learned a lot of things on this season. And even though I'm still not in my house that I want, I don't have all the material things that I want right now, but my soul is getting healed. So it don't matter about how I look in this dingy shirt, in this same wig that I done had for months now. And none of this stuff matters to me because I just feel better that my soul, I know God now, and I just know that everything is happening for me. It's not happening against me. It's not like he against me. He don't care about all this sliding down the wall I'm doing, all this. Because even when I get mad and like, I'm not watching these girls no more. I'm done with God and this stuff. But I already know him now. So because I know him, like I can't turn back. It's like, I told God that the other day, I'm like, you keep hazing me. It's like I'm in a sorority getting hazed. It do feel like hazing though. But y'all, it's just to let y'all know, everything is going to be okay. Everything is going to be okay. God knows what he's doing in your life or whatever season you in right now. Just stay with God. Weather the storm, like I said in that last video. We just got to learn to truly weather the storm. Everything is temporary. Nothing lasts forever. Nothing. The good times don't last forever, and neither do the bad times. That's why we have to learn to just enjoy the good when we have it. Take advantage of it. Do the right things during the good times, because the bad times are going to come again. The bad times are going to come again. You got to just weather the storm until it's over and start rebuilding again. So that's it, y'all. I'll see you guys